No, Mom Steve.
Yeah, so I think it just helps out a lot on different aspects with being your longest day. Mondays are usually pretty rough just because we're readjusting for work. So by the time we get here, we're plumb wore out. We didn't get a chance to sleep in.
I'm usually in a bad mood.
Yeah, so usually start the week out a little bit better. And I think with Owen, he's getting ready to start doing baseball. It's almost baseball season. He's got evaluations tomorrow, and then he's got some later on in the middle of the week too. So
yeah,
I think it'll just help adjust with everybody's schedule.
I think so too. So I mean, and the only thing I worry about is football season. Sunday night football rivalries and stuff like that. Who wants to watch the Just Got Off podcast when the Bears and the fucking Colts are playing? Not me. But we're back on.
Know who's winning that because the Bears suck.
Bears suck. But anyway, we're on Sundays now. The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bulls. The Cubs.
Oh no.
The Blackhawks.
Funny story. Like when I was a little kid, my uncle's a big Miami Dolphins fan, and my parents said when I was little, my uncle would be, rooting for Miami, and I would get possessive. I would make it possessive, and I'd say, "It's not your Amy, it's Miami." I was thinking whoever Amy is, I thought he was calling it his. I thought he was calling it Miami. But yeah, my parents always said I used to get so pissed off and say, "It's not your Amy, it's Miami."
That's funny. But yeah, today is March 10th, 2024. That's our first Sunday episode. For those of you just tuning in, we're switching to Sundays at 8 because it's just better for, personal schedules. Me and John, we have long Mondays, and sometimes we're in bad mood. Hence the title for the stream and podcast tonight called The Sunday Switch.
Yes, sir.
I feel a lot better. I've kind of just pissed around all day and, didn't have a chance to get pissed off at work because it was Monday. And
we actually get to start the week off energized with not completely drained on a good fit,
Exactly.
What's up, Joey? So,
time.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, like you said, it's March 10th, episode 14 of season 3. We're clicking through these things. I feel like we've got 3 things that are in the works of being like an upcoming announcement.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is the announcement of the announcement of the announcement of the announcement.
Right.
One of them I can release. You've seen it. We're still finalizing it, but here a while back we talked about coming up with our own barbecue sauce recipe. Our own little mixture. I played around with it. I've made some homemade recipe stuff or homemade barbecue sauce and played around with it and added some different things that I liked. We're still going to work on the spicy one, but I think I got the sweet one perfect. I like it. So we've got some little bottles here. I've been working. I ordered a case of some barbecue sauce bottles. I've got the little seal, the little what do they call that? The little plastic shit, the cellophane that you can heat it up and it shrinks around there. And I've already got all of my measurements multiplied by 12. That way I can do a case at a time, make a case. I got the stock pot in there. So we just got to finalize the logo, the little decal on the outside of it, get some of those printed off. And so you will be seeing those here, I'd like to say from now till a month later, so sometime here in the next month, I'd like to have those rolling.
Cool. I've seen it,
but
I know what the test logo and shit looks like. Johnny, there is nothing up there right now. There will be here soon. I don't have anything there yet.
Oh, speaking of Johnny Golf, today we had our last board meeting. I got to, and we actually went up to the golf race shop. We had it today. Up there in Fortville, Indiana, and I got to see Johnny's car today.
Oh yeah,
and it is a pretty nice piece, man. Very nice piece.
They had the teal cars, right? Those were
the greenest, like They're known for their green.
Seafoam green is kind of what I call that color. Yeah.
Yep. So we got to hang out up there. Yeah, so we got to hang out up there for a little bit. Played with some different engine tech tools, and got to finish out our notes and things for the final rules for this year. And
Good.
yeah, dude, we're
close, man.
I'm excited. We're ready to go, dude. Matt's actually taking the trailer. We actually, which is the other announcement that's coming, here soon. But there's a kid that's actually gonna strip our trailer down and put the whole new wrap on it, stuff like that. I think Matt's gonna deliver it to him either tonight or tomorrow morning. So
Nice.
he's gonna start on it, start getting everything printed.
I am fucking pumped to see what I've created on the side of a fucking trailer.
I'll have Matt send me. I'll have Matt. Do you want to wait and see the trailer, or would you actually like for me to get the proof from Matt and send it to you?
Oh, I would rather just see the trailer. I'd rather see the trailer when it's done.
Well, I ain't gonna send you shit then. Fuck it. Let's get into this. So today on March 10th, today is obviously daylight savings time. I was just telling Dano, this really fucks a lot of people up. It don't mess me up too bad though. I told him, I said I go to bed when I'm tired and I wake up when my alarm goes off, so it really doesn't affect me a whole lot. Unlike my child who's in there who normally goes to bed at 8 o'clock, who is still wound for sound because in her body it's only 7.
Right. Well, see, now to me, to me it's still in my brain. It's still 9 o'clock. Like it's
9 o'clock.
Yeah, or 7 o'clock. Sorry, yeah.
It'd be 7. Yeah.
Sorry. So it's still 7 o'clock. It's actually 8 o'clock, but it's 7. So it's like fucking. I'm still like. It's just so confusing. It's fine. I deal with it for about fucking 2 weeks, and then I'm okay. And then I realize that I can actually get off work and go play a little bit of golf when I get off work. So.
Hell yeah.
Works.
Johnny is excluded in this. I see we have 10 viewers in here, so I want to get the chat involved. Johnny is not allowed to participate in this, though. If anybody can tell me how many driver championships, Johnny Goff's uncle, Terry Goff has in TQs, I will send you a couple stickers. A black and a white sticker. If anybody in here can tell me how many TQ championships Terry Goff has, I'll send you.
I feel like you've told me.
I forgot fucking Greg was in here. He's part of the golf crew, so that just got ruined. But yeah, Greg's right. Oh, there's Rex and Fred. 15 championships.
Ridiculous, man.
And Johnny, you could chime in on this one because I don't know the number for sure. I want to say he has 116 feature wins for just UMRA. I think that's right. I know it's over 100, but I think it's 116 feature wins.
That's a lot.
So, man, they're a talented group, man. And it's like I was talking to Oogie today, which is Johnny's father, about the history and when they first got all this going. He was telling me that their dad, Johnny, which Johnny in the chat is named after his grandfather. He told Terry and Oogie, both of them. He said, if you guys are cheating, there's nothing. You don't even worry about doing this. He said, if you guys are gonna win, you do it. You do it right, and you work for it. And Oogie takes a lot of pride in saying he has never once cheated. He said that's one thing that stands firm in his mind with what his dad had taught him and Terry when they were doing this. And I believe it, man. They work hard. They are fucking hard workers. They make so much shit in-house.
Nice.
Like, it's incredible.
I love teams like that, man. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a nice little shop. So, all right, let's get into this. It is March 10th again. Daylight savings time. Today is also National Blueberry Popover Day.
I don't know what a popover is.
I didn't either. Karina, I was actually kind of going over the schedule the other night with Karina, and she's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Well, you're the fucking baker. You tell me." And she actually pulled it up, and it basically looks like a hollow muffin. It's a pastry. It looks like a hollow muffin, but it looks like you just kind of drizzle some fucking fresh strawberries in there, and it gets baked up, and yeah, that's what that is. I'm not.
So it's like
I've never heard of them.
I see. I've never heard of them either. Yeah, kind of looks like they've just taken the center out of like a muffin, not really a muffin, but like a pastry of some kind, and just kind of scoop the middle out and dump some stuff in there, and then like baked it. Like half baked it, scooped it out.
Got a new monster tonight.
No.
Is that a good one?
Nope.
Fuck. All right. Well, that sucks. Well, this one's a new one. It's Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. Pretty badass little can too.
I had a new one called Rio Punch.
Yeah. It's a red can?
No, it's a green and yellow can.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the one. Zach Haley, he tunes in here. He actually brought me one in at work the other day, and it was an all red can, and it was a punch of some kind. But it was pretty damn good. This
one wasn't real like punchy. It was just kind of like smooth, but like you could tell it was fruit punch. It was just like smooth. It wasn't like spicy or tangy or anything. It was nice. Kept me up all night. I didn't sleep for the fuck.
See, in the last one, today is National Ranch Day.
I used to love ranch.
Here we go.
Used to love ranch until I quit smoking. I was like, ranch is just not my favorite anymore. I love Italian.
That's almost.
I love Italian.
If that was my sense, like I quit smoking and then I didn't like ranch anymore, I think I'd have to pick smoking back up again. I love my ranch, dude.
Everything just tastes so different to me. I mean, nothing, not a whole lot since I've quit vaping, but definitely since I quit smoking, it's just everything's just totally different. I quit smoking in 2008, and then it was like.
See, I don't know. They say your taste buds change with age, but I haven't really noticed a whole lot of shit change with mine over the years. Like I don't feel like I like anything like that I didn't like as a kid, or I don't like anything now that I used to like as a kid. If I don't like something that I used to like as a kid, it's got a valid reason. I think I talked about it on here one other time about the black olives. I ate way too fucking many black olives one time and got sick.
Right.
You know,
I love black olives.
I do too, but
I like green ones too.
In portions, you know, not a whole can at a time. Portions.
And see, like I'll eat a pizza. The only pizza I eat with olives on my pizza is the handmade pan from Domino's, because I
Supreme?
think pretty close. No onions. I will not eat onions. I fucking hate onions.
Hold on, I thought you said you'll eat cooked onions.
I'll eat like cooked if they're cooked down to where I can't hear them crunch.
So like a saute, more of like a saute, like what they put on a steak, like with mushrooms.
Right. Yeah. I'll eat that if they're soft enough. If they're not soft enough, I love the flavor of onions, like salsa and stuff like that. I just can't. They've soaked in the juices of salsa so long that I can't tell it's an onion when I bite into it.
That's crazy.
It's the texture, definitely for onions for me. But what was I even saying? I got fucking sidetracked.
Talking about ranch. We're talking about ranch.
Talking about ranch. I was talking about something before we went into fucking onions, though. Like I know we were talking about ranch.
Your pizza.
Olives on your pizza. Yeah, olives on my pizza. Because I think the olives, and then you asked me if it was Supreme. Yeah, that's right. No, not Supreme. It's onion. It's pepperoni, mushroom. Depending on what pizza place I get it from the crumbly American sausage, and then green and black olives. So it's not quite Supreme, but I think the onions pair well with the spiciness of the handmade pan pizza sauce from Domino's. I don't get onions on any other pizza place, or onions or olives on any other pizza place. Domino's is the only place I eat olives on my pizza.
Huh. See, like, and my big thing with the ranch is my all-time favorite pizza is Pizza King's chicken bacon ranch.
Right.
And I like that shit extra saucy, dude. Throw some extra fucking ranch on there for me. So, and I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't eat it.
Got a text from Terry. UMRA features 128 wins.
That's incredible, dude. I
That's
tried
crazy.
pissing him off today because I was sitting in a chair in his shop talking to Oogie, and Terry was getting ready to get there, and Oogie, actually Hunter was sitting in Terry's seat. I was sitting in the other one, and he's like, "Hey, might want to move." And Hunter's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, that's Terry's seat," and he just pulled in. So Hunter got up, and I was like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna sit here." So I haven't got Terry fired up in a while. So I sat in his chair, and he walked up to me and he said, "John Steed, how we doing?" Just shook my hand, and I'm like, "Well, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought I was going to get a little bit of a rile out of you for sitting in your seat. He said you can be mad. And he goes, I'm not staying that long. But he came over and shook our hand and stuff and was talking to us and kind of pitched some ideas on what he thought and some of the controversial discussions we had today in the meeting. So
good.
It's hard not to take information from somebody that's won that many fucking times, that's
Right.
been in the sport for fucking over 50 years, so it's incredible. So that's all I got for today. Today's national days. So what happened on March 10th?
Well, we mentioned daylight savings time.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna pause on the this day in history thing real quick. And you always leave my topic blank, so I'm just going to go right into, are we really saving daylight? And this is going to start with an expression that I heard from some old guy on the golf course bitching about daylight savings time.
It's always the old people. That's what I said today in the meeting. Yeah. I said the only people, because Terry came. That's who it was. Terry came in the shop. Daylight savings time, and he's looking around at all. He's looking at all the clocks around on the wall that's got the batteries in them, and they're all an hour behind. But I told him, I said, the only people daylight savings time affects is old people and kids.
Yeah. So this old man said, I heard this from an Indian buddy of mine in a Cherokee, whatever he might have been, and he says only the white man could think he could take 2 inches off the top of one blanket and sew it on the bottom and have a longer blanket. that has rung true to me for a really long time. So I'm just gonna I hate daylight savings time. The time we are on right now is what I wish we would stay on. And
we were supposed to, but the bill didn't. Something happened where it did not get passed.
Yeah, something happened where it didn't get passed or whatever. There was some legislation that was thrown in with it that they weren't going to pass it. There's a...
I got broke into.
You got broke into.
Yep. Hey, go
ahead. Get your ass out of here.
She's laughing so fucking hard right now.
That's funny.
But so I mean,
I hate it, man.
What do you think? I mean, let's play devil's advocate here, and what are the pros and cons other than just your body adjustments and then just like the fucking natural being tired from it?
Let me read this to you first. Daylight saving time was first implemented in the U.S. with the Standard Time Act of 1918, a wartime measure for 7 months during World War I in the interest of adding more daylight hours to conserve energy resources. Year-round daylight savings time, or wartime, was implemented again during World War II. After the war, local jurisdictions were free to choose if and when to observe daylight savings time until the Uniform Time Act, which standardized daylight savings time in 1966. Permanent daylight savings time was enacted for the winter of 1974, but there were complaints of children going to school in the dark and working people commuting and starting their workday in pitch darkness during the winter, and it was repealed a year later. So, I was one of those people a while back that went to work very, very early.
Okay.
It never bothered me. I've been to work at 5:30 a.m. I've been to work at 6:30 a.m. I've been to work at 7:30 a.m. I've been to work at 10:30 a.m. I've been to work at 1 a.m. It never, honestly, affected me at all as far as driving to work. I think there are there's so many variables that you can't please everyone. Like, some people are going to be pissed off. Some people are going to be like, oh, yay, cool. I was one of those people that no matter what time the time change was on, whether it was daylight savings time or regular time, I still got on the bus when I was a kid in the dark. Didn't matter. It was still dark. So, to me, it doesn't matter. What it matters to me is I would like more time in the evening because I don't get up as early as some people. I would like more time in the evening to go do the things that I like to do. Like in the wintertime, I try to hunt as much in the evening as I can because I have that daylight time in October to November. But
Right.
once the time hits, by the time I get off dark, I have 35 minutes to get to the woods, get my gear on, and hunt for 15 minutes.
Right.
So, I mean, you may be helping out the farmers. You may be helping out the people that, work through the summer and have to go to work at 7:30 in the morning and get off at 3:30. But then you're fucking the guys that could potentially have to work till 5 o'clock and rely on deer meat to feed their family for the whole year. What about
So
those
originally,
people?
wasn't that with this? So the time that we're on now, wasn't that kind of like one of the original reasons for switching it to daylight savings time and extending an hour, just to help the farmers to have more daylight
It was
time
one
through
of the
evening to
reasons,
work through
but
the
it
crops?
actually hindered the farmers more than it helped them because things like it. I mean, it just depends on what farmer it is. You still have the same amount of daylight, no matter what, because the hours don't change.
Except for today, we got 23. That's what
But
I seen.
that's
I
what I'm
seen
saying
somebody
is
bitching and complaining today because today was their birthday. They cut short an hour on their birthday.
you didn't though. You didn't get cut short. The sun still rises and sets in a 24-hour period.
Well, yeah, but I mean, hour wise, if you look at it, it hit midnight, 1, 2, immediately 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but think about daylight savings time not existing. If you and I changed a meeting from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, or from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, whatever you decide it to be, it doesn't matter. We just moved the meeting. We didn't move the actual time.
I see what
See
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying? It's still the same amount of time, but in your head, I could see how someone would think that, oh, I'm getting fucked for an hour. Oh shit, I got it like me in my. This is the first weekend that I haven't played on daylight savings time either forward or backward, and I don't know how long.
Yeah, because yours would have been like, oh, it's 2 a.m., 3 o'clock.
Now I have to play for an extra hour, right? Because now it's.
Oh,
See what I'm
fuck.
saying?
Yeah, that would suck.
So the
I
bar
always
gets the
wondered
free
how
hours
that
of
worked on
entertainment.
people that are working like 6 or 7 day, like 7-day weeks. How that works for people on third shift.
Right.
Do you work an extra hour?
Yes, you do.
That sucks.
work
So
an
you get
extra
paid
hour.
for it.
No, you don't.
I feel like that's bullshit.
That is bullshit. And see, so there you go. And Matt Hedrick said, look, last I knew, tractors have headlights. They're not paying attention to the energy consumption during wartime now. So fucking pick one. I don't give a fuck. Pick this one. I mean, that's really what I want is pick this one. Preferably pick this one because I feel more natural on this time now.
Yeah.
Because that's the longest part of the year that we have on this time. So why not just let everybody get used to one fucking time worldwide, and then fucking we never have to worry about people crashing on the bus or whatever. I mean, yes, the days get shorter as far as light is concerned and daylight is concerned. But the whole reason why they did this, and this is the whole thing that pisses me off too, living in a backwards society to where, like, dude, it's 2024, man. Like, we should still be allowed to spit on the sidewalk if we wanted to.
That's only that's only in your town. They don't say shit about it here in Milroy.
That's an analogy, you know what I mean? Like, why are we why are we voting on a casino with people with an elective committee that all of them are over 65 years old? You know what I mean? Like, legislation. Why are there fucking term limits of people who have been in the Senate for fucking 60 years? Like, get some fucking fresh blood in here. Let's get some fucking new ideas going. If they don't work, then we'll drop back and punt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fourth down, we'll kick it. Hope they don't run it back.
You miss football, don't you?
No, I don't.
You miss your Sunday football.
So just a little bit of statistics. In March of 2004, the company Titan Casket and actor Ryan Reynolds set up to release a satirical commercial starring David whatever that pokes fun at daylight savings time. Working together, they launch a website, BarryDaylightSavings.com. The website provides a place for Americans to email address of their local legislators and send them an email about ending daylight savings time. According to data shared by Titan, hospitals see a 24% increase in heart attacks and a 6% increase in fatal crashes each year when we hit the time change.
Yeah, and see, Matt just commented and said, when I was in school, we didn't have daylight savings times. I lived. See, even back in the horse and buggy days, they didn't have no.
Right,
They
exactly.
didn't have no time.
Well, there you go. So I'm not a fan of it. I want to be on this time, right here.
And I think that's the overall planning goal, and that's what they've been trying to pass through that bill that just didn't get. For some reason, something happened or it didn't get passed last year.
Yeah.
But,
so they submitted it again. So hopefully this time that they're like, okay, it doesn't matter. The whole original reason for it was to conserve energy and conserve resources. You know, oil burning lamps and things like that. You know.
right.
So that was the whole reason for daylight savings time. Last I checked, I don't know of anybody burning oil lamps and shit at fucking 4:30 in the afternoon because it gets dark. I don't know about you guys. I flip a light switch, my lights come on.
Well, it's a
don't
little
live in
different over here in Amish country.
We don't live in 1908 anymore.
But even then, at 4:30, most of the Amish have their homemade curtains open, so they're not burning oil lamps either. So
that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. We just kind of. I just wanted to touch on that for a second, read a couple things, and get your opinion on it. And
hell yeah. So let's jump back into it. Today's March 10th. You got some this day in history for us?
I do. Hedrick's Lawn and Landscaping proudly presents This Day in History. My poor notepad got a workout today, man. It's fucking 6 sheets long.
That's okay. And hell yeah, dude. So also with Hodrick's, nice.
Yeah.
Hedrick's
Words
Lawn
are
and Hedrick's Lawn and Landscaping, and I'm sober, but
right.
You know, with Hedrick's Lawn and Landscaping, he's got a 10% deal going on right now, and he told me, I rode up with him today to the meeting, and he's like, we're gonna be mowing in 2 weeks, you know. So
I'm gonna have to mow next week, dude.
yeah, it's getting thick here at the house too, but obviously they're gonna be getting really busy here soon. He's already getting some estimates for putting some pools and stuff up for people. He's got a lot of things a lot of slots filling up with jobs.
Schedule's getting full, yeah.
Yeah, schedule's getting full. He's going to be starting to get busy. They'll be busy all the way till next fall. So if you've got some spring projects or summer projects you're wanting to get done, wanting to get a pool put up, they do installations and everything. So anything that you're going to need, you know, lawn care and landscaping wise, make sure you give Matt Hedricks with Hedricks Lawn and Landscaping a call at 765 area code 938-1958. Go ahead and get you. He does free estimates, and like I said, if you guys go through with him and get anything done, make sure you mention us. You get 10% off your bill. So
hell yeah.
Big thanks to him for coming on and sponsoring the podcast. He's actually almost a year into it, and
nice.
I think we gotta. What did he say? He's gonna take off the sponsorship for 2024.
I don't remember.
I think it was something. I think he was taking. I think we said that he was gonna take 10% off of our sponsorship for this year because we were dogging on him. So,
you know, give us some legit answers and not beat around the bush and say, "Oh, either or." Yeah, we'll touch on those. Yeah. I got a bonus winner for everybody, so we'll get 4 of those from him later. Oh, that's what it was. We missed 2 shows. So he said he was going to deduct. Yeah, he said he was going to deduct 10%. Missed 2 shows, and now we're on Sundays.
Yeah.
Now it's probably 20%.
But we're feeling fresh, man. We're feeling fresh, fried, energized, even on daylight savings day. So.
All right. In 1624, England declared war on Spain. Seems like them two have been fighting for fucking ever.
Ever, dude.
In 1801, the first official census in Great Britain, revealing a population of approximately 10 million.
Damn. In 1801?
In 1801, yeah.
Damn.
In 1847, the first money was minted in Hawaii. Those are some of the rarest, most collective coins you can get.
Really? I don't think I've ever even knew that they had their own, like,
mint
note, I guess.
They
Mint,
don't really have they have U.S. currency, but
well, yeah.
money was first minted there. So
That's what I
striking
meant.
of coins and-
Their own type of currency, I guess. Aside from U.S.
They don't. They have U.S. currency.
Yeah, but you were saying that they had like coins. So do they have their own kind of like Hawaiian money
No,
that
it's
they
still
can
pennies,
use?
nickels, dimes, quarters. 50
Oh,
cent
okay. You made
pieces,
you made it sound like they were kind of on their own, like they had their own fucking currency that
No,
wasn't.
it's still U.S. currency, but it was the first time that money was actually minted in Hawaii. Before then, they
Gotcha.
traded in cocoa beans and fucking lava rocks.
The farmer's market.
Right. In 1849, Abraham Lincoln applied for a patent. He is the only U.S. president to do so. It was for a device to lift a boat over shoals and obstructions.
I remember that. I think we may have touched on this one last year.
Yep, we did.
We had a
It was
March
in
10th episode.
The second or third
Back.
episode.
See, you go ahead, keep going. I'm gonna go back and look because I'm in our schedule.
I don't remember if we did or not.
Nope. Actually, last year we did March 6th and March 13th.
It may have been an episode where he was awarded the patent, but
Gotcha.
he actually applied for the patent today. Who knows?
Right. I do remember that you mentioning that he was the first and only president to get a patent.
I remembered that too when I read that earlier. So,
That's awesome.
We're touching on stuff here. We're going back in time.
I like touching on stuff.
Hot tub time machine. In 1862, the U.S. issues its first paper money in the form of 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500, and $1,000 notes.
Damn.
1874, Purdue University in Indiana, Boilermakers, admits its first student. I'm going to touch on this real quick. Indiana State, our local college here, lost to Drake today in the Missouri Valley Conference Championship. They came back, though. They were down by like 19 points at one time, and they came back to get within 4. So I hope they get into the tournament, man. That'd be good. It'd be awesome if they do.
I don't see why they wouldn't. I think they're probably doing better than fucking IU. So.
The last time they were in it, they had a 5-game worst losing record, and they got in. So
that's crazy, yeah.
In 1876, the first telephone call, Alexander Graham Bell says, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you," to his assistant, Thomas Watson. What if he called him from the other room?
Probably doing trial methods like we do over here.
Go out there in the barn and knock on this piece of wood and tell me if you can hear it.
Can you feel the vibrations?
Yeah. In 1933, major earthquake 6.4 in magnitude in Long Beach, California, killed 120 and destroyed 70 school buildings.
God damn. How big is that? What'd you say it was? A 6.4? That's a Richter scale, right?
Richter scale, yeah.
So what is it? 10? I think 10 is the max, ain't it?
Yes, 10 is the max, which is basically like fucking
catastrophic, dude. That's big.
Yeah.
That's like the
8.0 or
F5 tornado.
Right. 8.0 or greater is basically, it says unbelievable damage. Like,
that's
can totally destroy communities. Earth. Yeah. 7 to 7.9 serious damage. 6.1 to 6.9 may cause major damage in populated areas. 5 to 6 is slight damage to buildings. 2.5 to 4 often felt but only causes minor damage. 2.5 or less usually not felt but can be recorded by a seismograph.
What's the largest one ever recorded?
Largest earthquake ever. Valdivia, Chile in 1960 was the most powerful trembler ever recorded in history. The quake left about 2 million people homeless on May 22nd, 1960. The most powerful earthquake recorded in history of a magnitude of 9.5.
God damn.
I got pictures of it where it basically looks like a fucking tornado went through. Like the buildings are flat, like they're just laying on their foundations and shit.
I couldn't imagine, dude.
I couldn't either. I remember
imagine just sitting here and shit starts shaking.
We had, let's see, what would have been? It'd been probably between 2008 and 2010 because that's when I lived in the apartment. I remember I was sitting up and I was playing Sonic Spinball on my PlayStation. I had just got
Oh wow.
I had just got a collection of like games or whatever, like throwback games. It was like when PlayStation 2 had basically released like, okay, you can stick this disc in, and it's got like 15 games on it that were
It's
from
got
like
a bunch of
Sega.
them loaded
It had like
in.
Mike
Right.
Tyson's Punch Out and like Sonic Spinball and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, fucking just old vintage games, the kind of the first retro game throwback. So I was sitting there playing Sonic Spinball, and I remember sitting there watching the TV. We didn't have a flat screen at the time, but I had a fish tank right next to the TV. And I remember the fucking couch going up and then coming back down. And I thought, that was fucking weird. Like, looking at the couch, and I look over, and the fucking fish tank, the water in the fish tank is wobbling. Washing in the fish tank. It had lifted the ground up and just set everything back down. The little chains on the fan was wobbling.
Swinging and shit.
Then that next day, I had an aftershock, and the whole fucking guitar wall at Guitar Center was swinging.
You told me about that.
Yes, it was super weird.
I remember you telling me about that.
I have felt an earthquake.
There's been some small ones, I think, that have kind of hit in here. Like, I don't think they ever recorded anything, but I know they were talked about like on the news, and people were talking about them the next day that happened around here, and they're like, did you feel that last night? Nope, I was asleep. But it like happened in the middle of the day. I don't know what I'd do. Like, if I was sitting here and shit just kind of started vibrating and shit, I'd probably yell for Karina in the other room to stop farting. Like, I'd just tell her to stop fucking shitting herself or something. I'd probably blame it on her or whatever.
Wow. Also in 1933, Nevada becomes the first U.S. state to regulate narcotics. It's probably because Las Vegas was Vegas and shit out there.
It's probably long overdue.
Yeah. In 1945, the deadliest air raid of World War II sets Tokyo on fire. After nighttime B-29 bombings, more than 100,000 people die, mostly civilians.
Damn.
Terrible. But what are you going to do? Pick a fight with a fucking sleeping giant. That's what happens. You get your shit pushed in. 1948, the first civilian to exceed the speed of sound, Herb H. Hoover, Triple H, time to play the game,
Jesus Christ.
was achieved at Edwards Air Force Base in California. Baseball fans here, this one's for you. 1963, MLB infielder Pete Rose debuts with Cincinnati at spring training in Tampa, Florida. He had hits in his first 2 at-bats. Allow Pete Rose into the fucking Hall of Fame. Are we right?
Please, man. They need to so bad.
That's stupid. Let's see. It's also his birthday today, but in 1969, James Earl Ray pleaded guilty to the murder of Martin Luther King Jr. James Earl Ray's birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
In 1971, the U.S. Senate approves amendment lowering voting age to the age of 18. 1975, John Lennon released a single, Stand By Me, a cover of Ben E. King's song from 1961. Darling, darling, stand by me. 1978, The Incredible Hulk, starring Bill Bixby as David Banner, premiered on CBS. Why does my fucking nose itch? Jeez.
Just pick it. Don't matter. Everybody can watch it. Pick it.
It's like I got mustache hair turned upside down. It's weird.
Dude, that shit pisses me off. That's how I know. That's how I always know it's time to trim my mustache.
Me too.
Down,
I hate it when I'm sleeping.
When it's tickling my nose.
Yeah,
or
you got one hair that's like stuck up. It's like, God, I hate that shit too.
You just sit there and like draw. You just sit there and rub a circle in it, hoping it gets caught on the other ones that are actually laid down.
In 1982, a thing called Sigizi, where all 9 planets align on the same side of the sun. Interesting. 1997, Buffy the Vampire Slayer debuted on WB Network.
Would you please get that fucking nose?
Dude, I can't it's so weird. So weird because it itched up here. Like, and I'm still got sinus drainage, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'll blow my nose here in a minute. 1997 as well, the Palm Pilot, as developed by Jeffrey Hawkins, was released. See, there it is. God damn it. Fuck. In 2006, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter arrived at Mars. 2015, the family of Marvin Gaye won a record $7.3 million lawsuit for music copyright infringement against Robin Thicke, Pharrell Williams, and T.I.
Huh.
Video gaming history in 2021. I've never played this game, honestly, because I have Minecraft. Video gaming platform Roblox goes public on the New York Stock Exchange, valued at $45 billion.
Yeah, I think Owen said something to me the other day about downloading Roblox on my phone. I'm like, I got Minecraft.
Yeah, you got Minecraft, buddy.
Yeah, were you in the loading screen on that earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it said something about Minecraft underneath your.
I was.
Your subject line for.
Yeah, I was downloading the launcher so that I could go in and get it put on the computer so I could have something else to do. I'm slowly.
Gotcha.
I took a picture of all my applications that were on my phone or on my
I'm
computer
gonna have
when I reset.
I'm gonna have to do that too, man, just to try and get things organized whenever this new computer comes in later.
Way too bright. But
Yeah.
There they are.
Oh fuck.
So
yeah.
I'm slowly getting down the list here. Your dad said, "How many times did Dano touch his nose in one episode?" Not even one
I can't
episode
count
during
those.
this segment.
Yeah, I can't count those in the paint booth. All I can count
That's
is
so weird,
fucks. I don't get to watch it. I just get to listen.
I think I got it. I think it actually just came out. Mustache hair on my finger. A couple birthdays today. Chuck Norris, born in 1940. You know, every year on his birthday, Chuck Norris chooses one child to hurl into the sun.
Jesus Christ. I don't think I've heard a Chuck Norris joke in a long time, dude. They used to resurface all the time.
Chuck Norris doesn't get sick or the flu. The flu gets Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
He's killed in 2011, but an Islamic militant and founder of Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, his birthday was today. You remember where you were when they killed Obama?
Oh yeah.
Or
yeah.
Osama bin Laden? I don't remember where I was.
Trying to think if it was Osama. Did we kill Saddam?
Yeah. I don't remember where I was with that either.
Which one's the one Zero Dark 30? Is that Saddam or was that Osama?
I don't know. I think that's Osama Zero Dark 30.
If Zero Dark 30 is formed around Osama bin Laden, then I was at my uncle's house partying with my buddy Daniel and Lance, and we were drinking, playing. Yeah, so I was with my buddy Daniel, Lance, and Brandon. We were playing motocross, like the supercross shit, and playing beer pong and listening to music and drinking. And then my buddy Brandon said it came up on the timeline or whatever. I think it was on MySpace or something at the time. And we're all like, fuck yeah! Like we all, yeah, it was just another little party subject.
I just remember the video of the little Russian dude. He's being interviewed in the club by the interview lady. And then somebody leans over or she leans over and tells him like, hey, we just killed Osama bin Laden. And he starts going, he's fucking dancing and shit. Oh my god, it's fucking hilarious. It's great.
They used to have a game, dude, and it was like a little animated Osama bin Laden. It was kind of like on those what the fuck was it? What were some of the popular websites that you could pull up like little mini games and shit on? Maybe it was on funnyjunk.com. I think it was funnyjunk.com.
There was one that was called stickman.com or some shit like that where you could fucking yeah.
And then there was some other ones too, but I think this one was funnyjunk.com. But if you went to it, it had a little mini game on there. That's it right there.
Yeah.
Addictinggames.com. But it had a mini game on there, and if you clicked on it, then Osama bin Laden was on there, and he would just like appear and just like around. He was a little animated when it went up and down and on the screen, and you had to shoot him with a machine gun.
Damn.
And like he would disappear and he'd come back with like little bullet holes on him, his eye would be like missing and shit, and then you just had to keep going until he was dead. It was fucked up, dude. It was really fucked up.
Born today in 1957 as well, Shannon Lee Tweed, Canadian actress and Playboy playmate, also wife of bass player Gene Simmons from the band Kiss, was born today. They dated
Show me your Hooters.
Show me your Hooters. They dated for like 30 years, and then she gave him an ultimatum. Was like, Gene, I'm fucking leaving you if you don't fucking marry me like tomorrow. And he was not gonna happen. She's like, I'm out. And they had a whole
Damn.
yeah. Like, I'm tired of this shit. And then also Carrie Underwood was born in 1983 today, Muskogee, Oklahoma.
83.
Yeah, 1983.
She's that old?
She's older than me.
I didn't think she was that old. I figured she was closer to like maybe like my age or a little bit older. I didn't think she was. See, that's fucking 8 years older than me.
Yep. So that's all I got for today. This has been Hedrick's Lawn and Landscaping. This day in history. Woohoo!
Hell yeah.
Got to put
So
my
I
little thing up
picked
there.
on my topic today. Do you remember what status you posted on Facebook?
When?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Like later in the evening?
Go ahead and sing it to me.
Come with me and you'll see in a world of pure imagination. I fucking love that, dude. Okay, let me ask you this. Let me tell you this. The reason why I posted that is because we watched the new Wonka movie last night with Timothy Chalamet.
I didn't realize. I seen the comments on it, and I didn't realize that there was a new one out.
Yes, there's a new one out.
But
that came out last year.
I told Karina, I said he's either watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory or he's high as fuck right now. And I
Option
said, Dana
A.
don't smoke.
Yeah, I don't smoke. So, anyway, I told Stephanie, I said, I'm really worried about this because I love the original so much.
And I didn't like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory
with Johnny Depp. Now, see, I like that one. That one was okay.
I didn't like
because it kind of stuck to the original thing. And I don't like watching remakes because of that reason. I don't like it when they try to put their own fucking twist on it.
Twist,
yeah.
right?
So
I didn't like the sequel part of it, I guess.
Yeah, like, twist, or this is my version, or Taylor's version, or Ed Sheeran's version, or Travis Kelce's version. I don't care. They did an amazing job with that movie, and I loved it so much that they had subtle little musical nuances in the movie. Before they go into that song, there's 3 notes, and it's boom, 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 and it has nothing to do with that particular song, World of Imagination, but it's just little inquisitive pin drops. And I've always loved the fact that those were in there, because that movie was made in, I think, 1971 was the original. They didn't have a whole lot of special effects back then. The moon landing was probably filmed in a studio somewhere.
Which makes that movie so special to begin with, just because the tooling and the features that they had to work with were impressive all on their own, just for what they did. And I think that's why I like the original so much more, is because the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, they have all these cool effects and shit, but it's just like, the first one's more impressive. And I'm with what they had to work with, I guess.
I'm a huge fan of Gene Wilder.
Right.
So, and I love him. I love everything he's ever been in. Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles. The list goes on and on. I love him. I love his acting. He was like a precursor to Robin Williams. Just a jack of all trades. He can be serious. He can be funny. He can be an evil guy. He can be a good guy. I love that. So we watched the movie last night. I was super impressed with it. They paid homage to the original with certain things like the cane standing up by itself.
Yeah. When he falls.
Like, yeah, when they bite into the teacup or whatever. The fizzy lifting juice when they float to the top of the fucking ceiling.
They got to burp to get down.
Yeah. So it was great, and I was so inspired by that movie that I think my next tattoo is I'm going to get the sheet music of that first couple of lines. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. I'm going to get that fucking tattooed over my heart.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that fucking crazy how that just like... I looked it up last night, and it's just like, it's 3 lines, but it won't have the words text there. It'll just be the notes.
Right.
And nobody will know but me. And unless you see me with my shirt off, you'll never see it.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate to this though, because you saw that, and I want to throw a conspiracy theory out there for everybody to think about tonight.
Okay.
in that original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, there are some little fucking shitheads in that
Yep.
that receive the golden tickets.
Veruca
right?
Salt.
Yeah. You got the little bastard that wants to be on TV. You got the bubblegum chewing fucker, the one that eats the blueberries and swells up like a marshmallow in a microwave. What's the other one? The one's the bad egg. That's the TV guy. Yeah, the little cowboy.
Yeah.
But so I want
Veruca
to
Salt
know
is the bad egg.
the spoil. Is that the spoiled little brat? Yeah. Ditto.
Yeah.
What happened to my fucking kids?
What do you mean? What happened to your kids? They're running around
Where
naked
did
in the
they
hallway
go?
behind you right now.
Oh, no, I hope not. If those were your kids and you are the parent taking that tour, where are those kids?
Well, for one, Mr. Wonka is getting fucking slammed up against the goddamn fucking lickable wallpaper.
He's gonna get a taste of his own chocolate.
Yeah. He's gonna take a chocolate fist is what he's gonna take because I'm gonna soak
Where
it
the
in
fuck are the kids,
Where the
Dano?
kids go? They probably
Where are
went
the kids?
They probably went into a holding cell.
Is Willy Wonka and his little Oompa Loompas murderers?
No, they leave at the end of the movie.
Karina said that too, but it's a fucking. That's what do they call that with the Bernstein Bears? Okay, like the spelling on that shit. What is that called? We remember it's this, but it was actually this. What is that called? There's a fucking. It's a theory or some kind. God, where the fuck is Frog? Because he would know what I'm talking about.
Unannounced name change, time travel, or parallel universes has been described. Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. Thank you. There's a. Karina said insinuating, and then Corey said Mandela effect. Yeah, so Tara said it too. Cool. Our chat is awesome. Thumbs up to you fuckers.
You almost beat me. You almost beat me.
Hold on. Here we go. Ready? That's for Dano.
Bullshit, because I got it right.
Well, I know, but we got 3 people in here telling about the Mandela effect. They were all over it. I see Karina's like, oh, they walk out at the end of the movie. The original, they did not. Only in the book. It wasn't till later on they recreated the film and showed them walking out at the end. But if you watch the original, they did not walk out at the end of the movie.
But if you read the book, then you know that they leave the factory and the side effects just go away.
Who the fuck reads? My wife and mom can't comment in the chat. But who the fuck reads? Man. I don't read books.
I don't read anymore.
We're sitting here talking about the cool effects and stuff of the movie.
That's the cool thing about, come with me and you'll be. Just use your fucking imagination. John's a dick.
Matt keeps throwing some people underneath, under the bus here. keeps talking about some undercover stuff going on.
You had to pass it on to
now.
Charlie to deal with the PR nightmare, according to Google. That's what it hilarious.
said. I'm not kidding. When I told you I went over this episode schedule with Karina to see what she thought, and that's what it said: is Willy Wonka at the end of the movie handed the factory down to Charlie for him to deal with the PR nightmare because the kids were dead.
Well, they kind of deserved it. He told him, should have read the fine print. There was a throwback to that in the movie as well, in the new one.
Dude, the Oompa Loompas are fucking a mafia. They're their own mafia. Can you imagine these little fuckers that are discolored walking up? If I hear that, I'm freaking the fuck out.
Darwinism.
That's what Hunter said, yeah. Seriously, the whole Oompa Loompa, the whole sound effect, the song itself is scary.
The whistle gets me.
They are their own little cult, dude. I'm telling you, they're in on it. Yeah. They are like Willy Wonka. Who was it? Hitler. Hitler didn't actually kill all the Jews. He had all the other people do it for him. That is Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka is Hitler. He's having his Oompa Loompas, which are the German soldiers, take care of all the Jews, which are the children. See? Willy Wonka's a dick. And he's trying to win you over by flavorful, yummy candies. See, this is how fucking people get kidnapped to begin with. Ironic? Coincidence? Silence is deafening, Hunter said. Yeah, you got real quiet. See, I told you I was going to start. All these motherfuckers are going to be looking at Willy Wonka weird and differently for the rest of their life now. Karina said, now we're going to watch it. See, Dano's got his own little Google clicking over there trying to find out different alternative methods to how this is playing out.
No, I'm fucking with your audio right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm getting a little tuned up. Oompa loompa doopa dee doo. I've got another riddle for you. What happened to the blueberry bitch? I'm going to whip the cowboy with a switch. Remix. I'm telling you. Fucking
man.
I'm not saying they're not shitheads and they didn't deserve to get sucked up a chocolate tube or get rolled out of the scene because she ate a bunch of shit or whatever, but I'm not saying that Willy Wonka's a peach either.
You know, he basically says, you know, where's she going? She's going to the juicing room to get squeezed.
To death.
You can squeeze somebody. You can squeeze the juice out of somebody. They do it all the time.
You're not surviving. If I squeeze the juice out of you, you're getting put in a press and you're not coming back out.
Yeah, but the juice is extra. You didn't say you had to just put him in a fucking goddamn, run him over with a fucking, what do you call that thing? Steamroller.
Isn't it interesting, though, how some of these, like, children's tales or children's movies, children's books, whatever, have just like a very, as an adult, as a kid we don't think about it when we watch it, read it, whatever, but as an adult we watch it and we're like, that's pretty fucked up. Like the other day, Karina and I talk about it all the time. I don't know if you're familiar with Cody off of Coco Melon. Actually, nope. I've got one of Bexley's toys right here. This is Cody. Okay. Cody is the African American member he's one of the kids on Coco Melon. There's an episode on there where Cody and his dad are supposed to go to the park. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's a rainy day, so they can't go to the park. They have to stay inside and find fun things to do. So Cody's dad takes some boxes and makes a roller coaster. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos where people, like parents, will put their kids in a hamper and then put like a video of her on board on a roller coaster on TV and they hold it.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what this parent does, Cody's dad does for him. Sun comes out. They decide, okay, hey, let's go to the park and play. But they bring the roller coaster, they bring the box with them. They go there. Cody meets up with his little Coco Melon friends, and they're on the park. And Cody's dad announces, "Who wants to ride the daddy coaster?" Can you imagine what would happen if a grown man screams, "Who wants to ride the daddy coaster?" in a park full of kids today?
It's, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you're a fucking douchebag for even thinking that someone who is there with their kids is being fucking perverted. You need to get punched in the face for you trying to sexually innuendo something, a father who is playing with their children and their children's friends. You need to get punched in the face for that. Because now you are looking to become a source of cancel culture, and you are looking to degrade someone else's well-being and their way of life for attention to yourself. You deserve to get fucking a defamation case sued against you for accusing that person of that, because you in turn are a fucking pervert yourself for thinking about it.
No, I'm just saying with the way that everything plays out.
Yeah, but
But
that's it right there. That's the
I know, but
100%. You'll never change my mind on it.
but that's the way that people like look at things now, and they put it out there, and it's one of those that you just kind of. Uh-oh. Bexley broke in again. You going to bed? Boo. She's running out of here again.
Nope, it's only 8 o'clock.
I miss you too. Close the door. She keeps escaping.
And Hunter said that too. You know, it's like everybody's always looking for a quick dollar. You know, something to make themselves TikTok famous or whatever. You know, and they'll use anything because they know they can do it and they know they can get away with it.
Right. I'm just saying there's a lot of different shows out there that, you know, do kind of say like some creepy things and portray creepy things, kind of like the Willy Wonka thing that I was talking about. You know, what happened to those kids? You know, there's twisted alternative endings and stuff that happen in different shows and movies that, you know, when you see it as an adult, you know, with the things that actually happen in today's world.
Ren and Stimpy is a perfect example.
But like when you see things that happen in today's world, it's hard to not see them and look at them as like a little twisted. Like these are adults and stuff that are writing this, and I understand there's some playful, like you're saying that's things that some parents do with their kids as far as playing with them. But it's also one of those deals, too, that there are creepy people out there that actually do that to children. And when you hear that, it's kind of like, as a parent, you're out there to protect your kids. And you have to... That does raise some red flags of being able to be like, okay. But, like, okay, so, like, what the fuck was that new... See, I didn't even... They're talking about in the chat what was on Owen's face. I didn't even see Owen come in here. I seen Bexley.
It looked like a little balaclava of some kind.
Oh, he's got this thing called a gator. I don't know. Was it camo or gray? Or
it's gray, yeah.
Yeah. But, you said you didn't watch it. It was on Netflix. It's, Squid Games.
Yeah.
Do you know the little envelope you actually take and throw the envelope down on top of somebody's and it flips it over? And if you lose, you get killed?
I haven't seen any of it.
Okay, well, there's a game on there that is basically an envelope, okay? And you've got the side that's solid, and then you've got the side that's got the fold flap. Well, mine's on the ground. I think I don't know the whole rules of the game, but I know that there's some of mine on the ground that are flipped over. You have to take yours and throw it down on top of mine, and it hits it, and you got to try and get mine to flip over. If you have all of mine flipped over, then I get eliminated from the game, and they kill you.
Okay.
They play that same game in Cocomelon now. And it's one of the new released ones right after Squid Games came out.
Why is that a fucking big deal? Like, why are you sitting around comparing a fucking goddamn fucking kids show to a fucking adult entertainment fucking thing? Like,
just because we've never seen anything that's a kids game. You've never seen that until Squid Games blew up and people were like,
it'd be like the same thing as me and you sitting here playing Uno. And, you know, having a paintball gun, and anytime you draw a 6, you get shot with a paintball gun. And then all of a sudden it's on Cocomelon, and they're playing Uno, and anytime you draw a 6, that's the devil's number, the kid gets sprayed with a garden hose on Cocomelon.
Would Hunter send me? Just sent you something that relates exactly to that. Okay, he sent me something that's on Reddit. I'm not going to watch that right now. Yeah, but the difference is, like, everybody knows Uno, and it's a card game that is very popular, though. We understand that, but
it's the same concept. It's like maybe
it's an unheard of children's game, though, that nobody's ever heard of until obviously. Okay, so like Squid Games, they play red light, green light. I get that. That's a game that I think everybody played as a kid, is red light, green light. But this is a game that, like, I've never seen it in my entire lifetime. And then it blows up. The show blows up, and people are getting killed. And now, like, people are branching off to use it, and they're like,
That's
kids
fine.
games.
That's fine. Let them use it.
They're drawing
like,
attention to
only
it.
the strong survive. Kids need to be fucking not be as weak and not be as big as pussies. Like, teach your kids to not be a little.
Or get sucked up in chocolate tubes.
Right? Yeah. Teach your kid not to be a fucking douchebag and be a spoiled little fucking prick.
be rotten eggs.
Yeah. Be rotten eggs. Be a bad egg. I want it now. That's great, bitch. You're not getting it right now.
He goes, "Where did she go? She was a rotten egg."
Yeah,
And the scale
down the
tips
garbage
over.
chute.
she was a rotten one.
They only collect trash on Tuesdays. They only light the fires on Tuesdays. Tuesday.
Oh, you better go.
Go on, better get down there. That is a good point though. Like, there's always a different perspective of someone out there.
An alternative ending.
Yeah, some kind of way of thinking.
Because, like in that movie, Gene Wilder does a good job of not giving a fuck what happens to your kids. Yeah. He does, and that's
the lesson
care.
too. Like, maybe if you didn't spoil them fucking rotten,
yeah,
maybe we wouldn't be in this situation. How you didn't read the fine print? It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault that you spoiled them and taught them, didn't teach them anything.
Now you ruined my whole fucking pond of chocolate. It's all ruined. I think he says that. I think he says that too. The whole batch is ruined.
Yeah. Now it's gonna have to be cleaned and sterilized, all because of a fat old Augustus with his fucking armpit cheese got in there and was like, "I want the chocolate."
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought when they started asking what the hell was all over Owen's face. I figured he got it because we've still got the little chocolate balls and stuff like that, the Lindt chocolate balls, right. And we got some fucking Reese's and all kinds of other fucking candies around here that him and Bexley have been snacking on. So I couldn't imagine what the hell they got into.
It's so hard for me right now, dude, because I just want to eat everything. I'm at that point in my non-sugar venture now that, like, I'm just ready to fucking eat everything under the sun that tastes good.
So are you doing just zero sugars or zero carbs too?
I'm just doing zero sugar. Zero sugar soda. I'm trying to limit how much sweet stuff I eat because I have a really bad sweet tooth. And,
I do too, dude.
Yeah, like when I get done eating, and I had ice cream today. But I'm not going to go in there and eat a half a package of Oreos and then eat a half a package of fucking fudge rounds. I'm trying to limit myself instead of having, 3 or 4 cans of Pepsi a day. I'm not having any sugar Pepsi at all. Everything I've been drinking is like Pepsi Zero Sugar, Coke Zero, Sunkist Zero. And I think it's working. I'm down to like 220 pounds now. So from 230.
Shit, you weigh less than me.
I was 230 last, is this February? Like January 9th or 10th, I weighed myself, and I was 230 pounds.
Yeah.
You're fat, John. Losing weight. God. Catch up.
227. We actually 227. We actually calibrated the scales today. We were actually using the golf scales to see what theirs measured and see what ours measured, and we all were kind of playing around with different ones and seeing if there was any difference in what weights there were, and everything was fine. I weighed 227 on every fucking one I stepped on, so there was no discrepancy.
No discrepancy.
Yeah, they asked me, like, how much do you weigh? I said, I'm probably somewhere in between 225, 230. I stepped on and Matt goes, 227. See, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Nice. So, all right, so we did my 2 topics. We've got to get you into some would you rathers here. So let's fire.
He's not present tonight.
That's fine. Would you rathers are brought to you by Murray's Automotive, Detailing and Performance. All right, doesn't sound like it's...
No, it didn't sound like it was doubled or anything.
Okay.
Hunter's laughing in the chat. I can't say nothing, but no, this one's for Murray Automotive Detailing and Performance. I think he said that he was doing a 30-30 deal for details through the spring, and then and I think it was like $30 oil changes as well, except for like trucks and diesel stuff. So let's get into it. Would you rather work 10-hour days 4 days a week, or 8-hour days for 5 days a week?
I'd rather work 4 10s, man.
Dude, ditto. And it's an argument right now at our work. They've been talking about doing it, and like, it sucks because I understand why everything starts in fab, goes to the paint, and then goes down to interior. But if anything fucks up in fabrication and we get held up in paint, there's dirt in the paint, the main line cannot keep up and keep feeding interior department. So in order for us to have a good start for the next day, they have to send interior home early. We finish filling up the main line to have what they call the whip, which is a good stock for the next day. And then we go home. So they try and time it out, but sometimes the interior goes home early. And sometimes it's before, sometimes it's right at 8 hours, and sometimes it's before. So, and you can't control it. It's not something that you could just keep pushing through. I mean, if fab's sucking or there's dirt in the paint and it's sucking, it is what it is. You do what you got to do to get through the end of the day, and that is it. But so I understand their complaints on not being able to promise the interior department for 10-hour days. They can't, because some days they can't get to 8 hours.
Right.
And you start not being able to promise people a 40-hour paycheck, and that's a big deal.
Right.
We could get it, no problem. Fab could get it, no problem. We've got a lot of shit to catch up on and make right to get the end of the plant ready to go for the next day.
Right, to get the finished product to the next, your finished product from paint and stuff to the next phase. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I get it, but it's, and the other thing is our overtime is paid out by the day, not by the week. So if I work a 10-hour day, I get paid 2 hours overtime for that day. But if I work 6 hours, I only get paid for the 6. If I work 8, I get paid for 8. If I work 9, I get an overtime hour. So it's one of those deals where even if we leave early a couple days, a couple hours early, so I have a 38-hour week, I still have 2 hours overtime because I worked.
Right. Yeah.
And it kind of helps offset it some. So, but they're wanting to make it to where anything over 8 hours is no longer overtime, and it's just a straight pay for 10 hours. And that sucks, because if anything does happen, it is nice to kind of offset if you do have to go home early, because you do have some overtime hours to help make up for that and make it
that would make sense,
almost equal.
Well, they used to fuck us at Guitar Center all the time, to where overtime in the state of Indiana is considered anything over 40 hours in a work week. Well, a week is 7 days. Well, Guitar Center considered their work week at 14 days or 15 days, depending on how many days were in the month.
So like the bi-weekly?
So it was a bi-weekly, not just a weekly thing. So, and they could get away with it because their home office was based in California, and California's laws are different than Indiana. So you could literally work 70, 80 hours in a week, a 7-day period, and you would not get your overtime, because your overtime didn't start until the end of the second week.
Yeah. And see, like, I've done the bi-weekly thing. I've done the...
I hate getting paid bi-weekly. That shit's stupid.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Like, it is tough, But I did do the 410s at another shop or whatever, and... people are struggling with the chat now. But I like the 410s, because you go in there, you do your job, you go home, and then if you want to, like most of us would come in and work like 7 to noon. You get 5 hours overtime, and it was one of those where you just go home and you're done at noon on a Friday, and you have all the time in the world you want to just do whatever the fuck you want, start your weekend early, and you banged out 5 hours overtime.
Right.
So
we used to do it to where basically, like in the electrician's trade, it was anything over 8 was double time through the week. And then on Saturdays, we're straight double time. Anything over 8 on Saturdays, we're triple time. And the same applied on Sunday. Talking some shit.
I had to chime in.
Damn. Yeah, so Jeremy's backing up. Yeah, so there you go.
He said something about the union. Speaking of Union County.
Let it go.
I know. Let it go. All right. So
Let
the
it
next
go. Let it go.
Would you
Cold
rather?
floor never bothered me anyway.
Would you rather win $1 million today or $10 million in 10 years?
Like starting from today, $10 million. I just win it 10 years from today.
Yep. So March
Or $10 million
10th
over the course.
2034.
2034, I win 10 million.
You could either take it and I would hand you $1 million right now, or you could wait 10 years and March 10th, 2034, I'll hand you $10 million.
Could I turn $1 million into 10 million in 10 years would be the question. I think I could.
I don't think so. You maybe.
I think I could.
I'm not confident enough. I think with me being 32, I'd like to hit 42. I think I can make it work for the next 10 years, and that would be a time where I feel like the money would be really, really helpful. Owen's getting ready to turn 17.
Right.
Bexley would be getting ready to turn 13, and Mason would, those are kind of key points where things start getting challenging for kids. Cars are coming in play.
Cars are coming. Yeah.
They're growing. They're going through changes. There's lots of different things that they're doing extracurricular activity wise. I feel like I can make it work, get through, hold on for the 10 years, and then just get one big lump sum. I don't have the energy to fuck with trying to turn $1 million into $10 million.
That's true.
There's a high risk, high reward there. It could work out, but then you could all just piss it away pretty quick too. I think having that guaranteed 10 million for sure.
Yeah, see, that was my thought too. Was like I think $1 million now would go further than 10 million in 10 years.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. That was exactly my thought. Is okay. How could I take 500,000 of that and put it back to where it's just there?
You see, Jeremy's got a good point too. I don't trust God will keep me around 10 more years. You hit a point, and I'm not saying Jeremy's old. I don't think Jeremy's old at all. But there comes a point where you hit an age to where I think I saw a post the other day that said I'm at the age now that I have less years ahead of me than what I do behind me.
Right.
So
I'm kind of at that. I'm kind of at that midway point. Like
and
I turned 40 this year.
Too.
I turned 40 this year, so the average human lifespan is between 78 and 84 years now. So, depending on which statistic you look at, I'm on the downhill slide or I'm getting ready to crest the hill.
Right. That's what I was getting ready to say. On the pessimistic side, you're starting to roll back down the hill. You've already crested. And like I said, that's on the negative side of things. But yeah, I know. I mean, and even with inflation, Hunter mentioned inflation. I don't think inflation, $10 million, even with inflation, I think is still going to be one of those deals that's going to be plenty of fucking money, to take care of your basic needs, take care of a home, and basically have enough to live comfortably and not have the extra money to where you would have to just slave yourself away to try and make ends meet for the remainder of your time until
you're not
going to
have to slave yourself away, though. That's the thing. Is like if you have $1 million and you can invest that into a business, an IRA, a savings account, 401k, something of that nature. Tara said she'll take 10 million now. I would too.
That's a Matt Hedrick response. That wasn't an option.
I would take 10 million now, and y'all never even see me again. Later, you see my face on the side of a sprint car trailer. I guarantee you. We can go have some fun. But I mean, the thing is my thought would be to take $500,000 and put it in a savings account and interest. or an IRA or something like that, something with a big fucking interest rate to where it was, 4.5. I'd put it in my fucking PayPal that gets, 4.34%, every fucking month or whatever.
Fuck, dude, what a goddamn anxiety attack that would be, just with how much PayPal, like with how much shit goes wrong with PayPal every fucking year and people getting hacked and stuff. Holy shit!
That's because of their goddamn own stupidity.
I understand, but it's still one of those deals that would be like becomes
Yeah,
a
but
headline on the news.
you're protected.
PayPal.
You're protected from PayPal having insurance policies against stuff like that happening.
Yeah.
Bless you.
I muted it so you didn't hear it.
I think I'd have to take the $1 million now, because I think with the skills that I have and the knowledge that I have of those skills and the ways to make money, I think I honestly could take. I think I could take $500,000 right now and turn that into $10 million in 10 years, and I wouldn't even have to work that hard. That's the only thing I'm lacking right now, is the capital funding to make shit happen.
Right.
I could take $2,000 right now and buy a PA system and turn that $2,000 into $10,000 by the end of this year. And I'm already a quarter. I'm already a quarter way, or almost a quarter of the way into this year, and I guarantee you that by the end of this year, I could take $2,000 investment and turn around, give you your $2,000 back, and put $10,000 in my pocket by the end of this year. I may have to work every single weekend, Friday and Saturday, but I guarantee you I could do it. And I guarantee you that I could take that $2,000, split it in half, give you $1,000, and turn your business and my business into $20,000.
Right.
I'm minuscule amounts of money away, and so are you guys from making, being our own bosses, basically.
Dude, we talk about it all the time. Not even just a podcast and having our own studio. We put in those daydream goals all the time. Mm-hmm. But just with your graphics and with what Karina and I are doing here, with what she's doing with the shirts and with what I'm doing, printing sublimations off for and doing the tumblers, like, this thing could take one step in one direction and just fucking take and off and have more orders than we would know what to do with.
And see, not even my graphics thing, stuff that you haven't even thought about, like the fact that I have the radio voice, and I am an entertainer, whether I'm a guitar player or whether I'm a vocalist or whether I'm a podcaster, whether I'm a gamer, Twitch streamer, whatever. I take that $2,000, I buy a couple subwoofers and a couple main speakers and a laptop and download a karaoke program and go do fucking weddings. It's $2,000 a weekend, and I work 25 weekends. Guess what? That $2,000 investment is now $50,000.
Right.
It's as simple as that. And I'd be happy with
some.
And I work half as much as I work half as much as I play in a band right now.
Yeah.
And what inspired, Stephanie's son got married in August, and I don't know what their DJ charged him, but it was 5 or 6, 7 times more than what I made in a band, and he was there for half the time.
I don't remember
as what I put into a band.
I have to go back and look at the notes. We had somebody that was a family friend, and they were good friends of ours too. So they didn't charge us a crazy amount, but we paid him,
but it was still probably worth their time to come over there and do it.
Yeah.
I did Stephanie's niece's wedding for basically free. I borrowed some equipment from my friend and did their wedding for free because they're family. Like, if you guys wanted to have a big party and renew your vows or something and ask me to come DJ for your wedding, be like, dude, give me a gift certificate to fucking Pizza Hut or some shit, or Domino's, or buy me some fucking couple Sprint car shirts or something, and I'd come do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't give me your money, but anybody else, like, I just think about that a lot, and like, I've thought about, because I'll be all perfectly honest with you, I do not make enough money on the weekend playing in a band to justify the amount of hours that I put into it.
Right.
What justifies it for
over
me?
The years.
Yes. What justifies it for me is seeing your reaction to what I can actually do and my skill set. Like, you had seen me play here on Discord, and watch my fingers do what they do. But until you saw me live, you had no idea what I'm actually capable of. I can throw guitar picks. I'm entertaining. I'm fun to watch, but then I'm also a fucking guitar player at the same time.
Right. And I think Karina just put in there. She goes, I think we gave him $500 after a tip, and I actually think it was around $500 is what we paid him up front, or $450, and then I think I actually gave him a $100 tip.
So there you go.
He had a
That's
fucking
right
good
now.
time, dude. He would set songs in the queue, and he'd come out. There's a video that we have that one of our videographers made. And he is actually on the dance floor dancing with us.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
In the part of the party, he'd set songs in the queue and come out there and have fun with us. Yeah,
and that's what's fun, man. Is I'm not afraid to have a good time. I'm not afraid to get out there and make an idiot out of myself and do stupid stuff.
And that's what people want. They don't want
want
somebody sitting back there being a fucking bump on a log. They want somebody that's.
If you want somebody to sit back
there
and be a bump on a log and do that, then $250, $300. If I'm there, set up my equipment, I'm there for 2 hours and then I leave. $300, I'll do it. If it's within an hour of Terre Haute, But I mean, it's one of those things where going back to your question and your would you rather, I'm skilled and talented enough to where I could take 500,000 and get another 500,000 in 10 years, and then by then it's a fucking global empire, and you're working for me, and Karina your kids don't have nothing to worry about. I got college funds set up for them. I think about all that stuff, like
I do too.
I'm not really convinced that like my good fortune is quite done yet. I still feel like I could do, just given a couple of opportunities and a couple steps in the right direction, I could do a lot of good for a lot of people.
You're comfortable, but not settled.
Right.
That's how I feel sometimes.
I'm unsettled because I feel like I have so much more to give the people.
You're always chasing.
I'm always
chasing. That little bit.
Yeah, I'm always chasing just that little bit extra. There's some days where I'm kind of lackadaisical and shit.
Yeah, and Karina and I talk about that.
That don't stop my
time.
brain. That doesn't stop my brain just because I'm sitting here. My brain is like fuck. It never quits.
Yeah, and we discussed that too because this started out with just pressing vinyl T-shirts, and then and then we've got a sublimation printer, and then we're doing hats, and now I don't know, I've got tumblers that I'm sitting over here, like 10-ounce kids tumblers. Here's a Stitch one.
That's cute.
We've got some Labyrinth. I'm sure you like Labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some.
That shit's cool, man. That's novelty shit that people aren't afraid to spend $10 on.
Right, and that's all stuff that me and her are doing here. It just keeps progressing, and we're having fun doing it. I'm learning more and more on the graphics part of it, and it does it like in Karina like has an envelope in there that you put $10 in it this week or $20 in it this week, 30 blah blah blah, and then it totals up and it's like $600.
Right.
And a lot of the time she takes the profits from that and puts it in there as like a fun fee or a rainy day fee or whatever, and then obviously life happens, and then this does that, and she's like, well, I had that filled up and now it's empty, and I'm just like, yeah, but it was something that we wouldn't have at all if we weren't back there doing that. What happens if that event comes up and we're just working our normal day jobs? Like, that's not there. It sucks that it's gone, but it would be a hell of a lot worse.
That's like
we
me.
Didn't have it.
Stephanie takes $50 out of each one of my paychecks and stuffs it in an envelope.
Yeah.
And that's what I went and bought. Wait.
This is getting taken down now. got him a little bang bang.
I got me a little pew pew this week. I mean, so and I'm glad I had it. And I still have some left over, but it's one of those things, like you just said, I'm glad we had that, because if I hadn't been doing that, I would have ran across that deal and not had whatever to pay for, or made it less easy on myself and not have to think about it and be like, oh shit, I can't afford that till next week. Fuck. Now I got to go buy a fucking shitty one that's not going to work as good.
Right. So, and I try reminding her, like, this is off season for racing. She could do this stuff, and I help her back here on doing this stuff. any time we get a chance, when kids are napping or when they're sleeping or when they're actually being good or whatever, you know, and a lot of the time that envelope gets emptied out, or, you know, we don't have the vacation fund working right away. But
right
here in the next few months, when racing season starts kicking back up, I absolutely am. Everybody that's been around the TQs last year and have talked to me knows that, you know, I don't do this for the money. Is it handsomely, you know, helpful? By God, it is. But, you know, every dollar that they give me, I'm going to promise I'm working my ass off for, and I promise you that Matt and I have worked our ass off this past winter to make some shit happen and make this thing better. You know, and every bit of that money goes into a savings account. And then when it comes time to, you know, go on family vacations or go do this or go do that, it's there, you know, like, so that was the big thing, is it would just little, like you said, you're never settled. You're always chasing that next little thing and trying to figure out how you can make that next
exactly.
dollar. I get it. It's like it's a balance. You gotta balance it out with everything else in life and family time and everything else. But, you know, it's stuff that when things go south and life isn't always good to you, it's a bold reminder on why you did it, and you're pretty glad you did. So let's roll in here.
We got to roll on to the next one. Yeah.
Now we're gonna start having some fun. Would you rather have the feet of a duck or the hands of a hamster?
I think the hands of a hamster would be all right.
You'd be a funny looking motherfucker playing a guitar with hamster hands.
Be a funny looking motherfucker walking around like this all the time too.
That's a feat. You're not your hands. You don't have like duck
feet. No,
that's
what I'm saying.
Hands.
You fucking just walking around, fucking flipping your toes up all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, he waddled away, waddle waddle. Had the duck song. What is that? The lemonade? Is there a duck with the lemonade stand or something?
Know what you're talking about?
Come on, duck. Bullshit. There ain't no
way. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
that Stephanie doesn't either.
Yeah, Tara said feet of a duck. Corinne said you could swim so fast. Oh, Hunter knows what I'm talking about. There's like one of those annoying ass songs, and it's a video, and it's
like
animated.
Baby Shark or whatever.
Oh, kind of, but it's one of those. But it's about this something. I think it's a duck or whatever that goes to a lemonade stand or something, and he's asking for. Hunter will fill you in. I'm sure he's already typing out the message on the.
I can send me this shit. I'll tell you if it's stupid or not.
Oh, it is. It's 100% stupid, but it's one of those fucking. Yeah, it's one of those.
Punch you in your little hamster face. Is I'm gonna do with little hamster hands.
Oh yeah, he said. Yeah, I think it was a lemonade stand. Got any grapes? No, duck. So the duck waddled away. Waddle, waddle, waddle. I'm telling you, it's a stupid ass fucking video, but it's one of those once you watch it and you realize how dumb it is, it's funny, and then you quote it later, like Hunter did here.
All right.
All right. So, would you rather show up to work one day with no pants, or pee yourself in the middle of a presentation and all in front of all your coworkers?
Like, just no pants, like I'm still in my underwear, or
no, nothing on the bottoms. Nope, no bottoms.
Don't like it? Don't fucking look.
I
think I'd rather pee myself.
I think it'd be funny. Whatever it is, I'm wearing gray sweatpants that way. That way it's completely noticeable for everybody. There's just gonna be a big dark piss spot right down the front of myself.
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis. Look, Billy peed his pants too.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie again here soon. We quote it so many times on here about the sack lunches, him wrecking the bus.
Rex, you just like the podcast. Thank you, Rex.
Hell yeah! I gotta get a hold of Rex here soon too. I've got Keaton's tumbler that he won. Like I said, we are still running a special on these. The just got off podcast tumblers. We can make these here. We do those for $10 each.
Get you one.
Don't go to our Streamlabs. They're not on there. Streamlabs makes those. We actually can make these here at my house. Korean and I can. So if anybody would like a tumbler, get with me and we can get you one made and get it to you.
If you want any of the merch, make sure you message the podcast page first to see if John and Karina can make it for you, because they can probably actually make it a little bit cheaper. There are some things on the merch site that they can't do, but there's some stuff that they can that they could more than likely get it to you for a little bit cheaper price.
Right. There's some deals on there that, like obviously when we started the merchandise and stuff, the Streamlabs was pretty much our only option to go to. But now with what Karina and I are doing here, and with her doing her mob designs and stuff, there's some things that we can get. Like the tumblers and stuff that if it's a sublimation, 100%, if it's anything, like anything that needs to be, what do they call that? Yeah, heat pressed. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, dude. It's just starting to get late.
Imprinted.
Yeah. DTFs. Yeah, the transfers, the vinyl transfers.
Files,
yeah. Let's see.
All right, I think we have just a tip topic, right? That was you didn't have a bonus. You had.
And this one, God damn it, man! Like I try to be supportive, and I felt bad for this guy. It's actually titled "The Walmart Rapper."
Oh, great. So,
yeah. I'm not going to share his name on here. I will tell you off air, just because I'm going to shame this guy, but in a quiet manner. I'll let you look at it. God damn it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter now. Karina done fucked it up.
You can shame anybody you want. I mean,
well, and like I said, here's the deal, and this is why I try to level with it and be respectful. One of the things that we did when we went on our Nashville trip is we had business cards, right? We had little business cards with QR codes that we shamelessly handed out to people to try and get people
everywhere.
To just get a look, get some clicks. You know what I'm talking about? We're proud of our brand, and
shameless, non-shameless advertising.
Sure. So I had a guy. I seen him look at me a few times. Karina and I were looking for some shit in there, and he walks up to me. He approaches me around like one of the little middle kiosk or little things in the middle of the aisle, and he walks up and he said, "Hey man, do you listen to any rap?" I said, "Honestly, not much anymore. I don't listen to hardly much any music at all anymore, dude."
Me either.
But he said, "Well, I got this YouTube channel. I do some rapping and stuff. It doesn't have all the vulgarity in it and everything else." And like, he has a hard time. You can tell he's nervous. He has a hard time being confident and being personal and trying to just talk to me, and make eye contact and whatever. You can just tell he's being awkward. But he hands me, I'm not even kidding you, Dano, he hands me just a little, like, 1 inch by 1 inch square piece of paper that he has torn off and handwritten his name and YouTube on.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
I think I found him.
Is he in the shorts? It's the YouTube shorts. It's not actual like YouTube videos.
If it's the same spelling as what Karina just did, then several of them. So I honestly haven't found him yet.
Yeah, but dude, like, so I put the slip of paper in my pocket and I humored it. Like I said, we were those guys. We were handing our shit out that we were proud of, and he had the balls to come up to me and talk to me. So I was like, okay, fine. So we get our shit, we get out of Walmart, and we get in the car. And I put my phone in my hoodie pocket, and I felt that piece of paper. And I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck, I forgot about this. And she said in the comments, please watch the one with the I'm still them babies daddy. So you know where this is going. But anyway, we're sitting there in the car, and I find that piece of paper in my pocket. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot about this. So I told her phone's hooked up to the car. I said, pull this up. Let's let's give him some views. Let's see what it is. And holy fuck, dude. I more or less sat there with my hands on my forehead, almost begging her to turn it off all the way home.
Was it that bad?
It was bad, man. Like it's off rhythm, and
yeah, that's artist expression.
You gotta give it. You gotta give it to him. He's trying. He's doing his thing. He's proud of it. It's just not for me. It's not for me. And he's like he's doing like covers to like old Eminem.
Sure. Yeah.
Like beats and songs, the instrumentals and stuff. Yeah, Karina said she's gonna send you the video, so I don't know if you can play it to where it would pop up on here.
I probably can. Just give me a second. I'll figure it out. I have to see where my fucking shit's coming from.
But man, it was and I think the thing for me that is making me proud of what we did is the fact that like we put some artistic work into it. You know, like we had like QR codes and we had like the logos and everything looked professional, and this
his shit's just written on a fucking like half-torn post-it note. Like
it was literally like he took a piece of printer paper and broke them all off, tore them all off in 1 inch by 1 inch squares, and then hand wrote with an ink pen on there. I'm not even saying it. If anybody finds it in the chat,
just fucking say it, dude. It's not gonna matter. Joe Rogan calls people out all the time. Joe Rogan calls out people all the time.
This fucker's local. I may run into this.
Who cares, dude? What's
he
gonna do? Beat your ass with his fucking goddamn fucking beanie?
He's a pretty big dude.
So you carry a gun.
Oh, but I
ain't never met a big dude yet that can't take a 9mm to the face. Just saying.
It was still one of those, like I said, that was like, it made me proud that.
And who knows, maybe him beating your ass will go on TikTok, and then maybe he'll get famous for fucking non-rhythmal fucking win a Grammy for non-rhythmal fucking album of the year or some stupid category they come up with here in 10 years to make everybody get participation trophies and stuff.
Yeah.
God damn, Karina, how long does it take to send somebody a video?
I don't know, man.
Good God, I've been sitting here for 20 minutes waiting on this.
Mom just said we just listened to a little bit, ...
I want to play it.
Like there's one part that he talks about in one of the videos, like he was Karina will have to tell you his famous lyric or whatever. He was sitting there saying, well, Hunter, if she sends it, Dano can play it on here.
Oh, it was that dude. Damn it.
Oh, did you find him? You did find him. I'm going to have to turn the sound on in case. Let me know when you start playing it in case it doesn't come through OBS. I want to be able to turn my stream on so I can hear it on there.
Here's the pause button. Okay. Hold on a second.
Tell me when you start playing, that way if it doesn't come through on the OBS,
right,
I can turn the stream on above me.
Let me get
Jesus
a little
Christ.
bit of
I'm telling you, this is a viewer discretion right now. This is... If you don't like rap, you're really not going to like this. But
here we go. I don't know how loud this is.
Call me real man. I'm here to work it out. I want to save us, girl. Please give it one more whirl. Oh boy, you drive me crazy. Woman, you make me mad. Remember when you said, I'm ovulating, I want you to have my baby. We cried. I said, promise you'll never take it away. You said kids need a mom and dad. Alright, let's pick a name. Heath Douglas, pick that name. Love that tattoo, what's it say? Nevaeh Dawn, our little angel. First off, you do know Trevor. It broke me when you left. I played you, then you left. You played me before, all the same. Always forgave you, none for me. Guess I deserve all that. Good lordy, honey, you went and got another baby daddy. Won't have me, I'm no good. New baby thinks I'm his dad. What kind of man would I be not to treat him the same? Baby daddies, don't blame me, blame yourself. You was never really there for them. I know I blew my chance, but I'm still them baby's dad. Oh, I've hurt you too. They call me.
I don't mean to laugh, man, but like, hey, listen, dude. Okay, you're out there trying. I'll give you that. Don't try so hard.
I'm telling you. Like, and yeah, there's a hunting one that he has. He's actually like fucking painted up and like a ghillie suit and everything, and he's rapping it. And he says, "I fell out the tree stand, hurt my ankle, hurt my feelings." I said, "Come here, dear." Like
He's got a few of them on. He's got a few of them on there. Like you're out there trying, dude. He's out there trying. I'll give you that.
Quite a few of them on there too. You know, I like.
Let's get him on the pod. Let's get him on the podcast and talk to him.
Absolutely not, because I couldn't keep my composure for that 30-second playlist right there that you just put on.
I mean, I'm not anybody famous, but like, man, you gotta like not try so hard. Like if you're gonna feel it, like, and you're passionate about it, like dial it back a little bit and focus on fundamentals.
I don't even care if his raps suck, but like I guess the rhyming sucks, but like there wasn't any rhyming. He's just like writing sentences and saying sentences over and over again and speaking them fast enough that they fall within the bar. And just, that's it. Like there is no structure and flow to it. Like I'm not saying I'm a rapper by no means. Like I'm dude, I was young and dumb at one point. I still have a rap that I wrote a long time ago that I could actually recite right now.
Oh,
right
God.
now.
Oh, man.
It's mental.
Fucking come
it's
get
mental.
some. Let's see them fucking balls, big boy. Let's fucking write that. Let's fucking put that shit down right now. I'll fucking play you a beat over fucking OBS and you can just fucking slam it out.
I don't know if I could.
We'll work on it. We're coming to the end of our time here.
I still have it. Yeah, it's still up here in the memory bank. Like we used to, me and my buddies used to sit around and write that dumb shit all the time, and we would do just like he's doing. Like honestly, I can tell you the beat that I don't remember who it's by, but I can tell you the beat that we wrote it to. Let's see. It was what the hell was it? I can't remember. I can't remember what the fucking artist's name was, but I could tell you the beat's name or whatever from the rap beat or whatever that we actually wrote lyrics and shit to just to fuck around.
Your wife said, "Please don't."
Nah, I don't.
She don't trust you and your rap skills. You're a white guy from the Midwest. I don't trust your rap skills either.
That's okay. You would probably honestly be a little impressed. I'll do it off air. I'll do it off air for you, and then you can decide if you want to go from there. I won't embarrass my wife that much.
You're going to embarrass your wife anyway because I'm going to screen capture it and I'm going to share it all over Facebook is what's going to happen.
Yeah, your internet's going to suck and it's going to pixelate it real bad. And
okay, shut up, fucking 3.5 megabyte upload. Fucking, I get 40 down, 3.5. The shit's fast as fuck, boy. The fucking goddamn fucking hamsters on Red Bull. It gives you wings.
A monster. It's the Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red, and it was 4 megabyte upload. Dick, don't take my half a meg away.
Yeah, it's 3.5 because I know how many pixels that camera's sending over the internet, so it's 3.5 right now. Yeah, get fucked by the nerd, homie. Get fucked by statistics.
It's slow. It's Sunday. Everybody's home right now.
Yeah, sure, whatever. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the podcast tonight. Thank you to our sponsors, Hedrick's Lawn and Landscaping, Roofs by Ooley, Gray Auto, and Murray's Automotive Detailing and Performance. They all have specials going on for the spring. If you mention the podcast to any of our sponsors, you will get a special discount. Let's see. Hedrick's is offering 10%. Murray's Automotive and Detailing is doing the 30 for 30% off details and 30% off oil changes. Roofs by Ooley is offering 10% off their roof things. And then Gray Auto offers 2 free oil changes if you buy a new or a used vehicle from them. So thank you to those guys for coming on board. We're about ready for renewals, I think.
Yeah, we're getting closer. We're coming up on it, and we'll probably start hammering on that here in the next couple months.
Sending some messages. So if you have a company out there and you would like to support the podcast and everything we do, it does help us for you to come on board. It doesn't have to be $1,000, but it can be $10,000. That's fine.
Yeah, we're in the works
everything
with one right
helps.
now. We got to finalize some details with one of them. We're working to do some more cool things. We're in talks of trying to get another podcast guest on here. A couple of them. We're going to try and get a couple more guests. We've had a little hiatus ever since Frog, and I don't remember who it was before Frog.
Logan Prickett.
Prickett. So, we've been.
I will give you a hint of the possible next guest. He is a USAC national champion. Ooh. USAC national champion. I'm not going to say how many he's won. USAC national sprint car champion.
Hell yeah.
That'll narrow it down to a couple.
We got some cool things we're cooking up. We've already got some great supporters. Like I said, we're happy to have them on. We hope we can rekindle another fire with them and get them on back, get them on again for another year, another calendar year with us. We're working out some details with another one, a new one. And then, like I said, we're trying to get some guests on here as well to try and spice up the content a little bit.
Spice it up a little bit.
Broaden the horizons and get more people involved with our dumb shenanigans.
We hope you guys like the new time slot. It definitely, I think it's going to work better for myself and John. If you did like the podcast, please hit the like button down there in the bottom left-hand corner of the player. Make sure you share the podcast. I've got a poll that I'm going to put out on the podcast page tomorrow evening. I thought of a good poll, 3 or 4 little question poll there that I would like to have all of the chat and all of our followers answer. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow. Make sure you follow all the social medias. We're on every social media platform with Just Got Off PC. And John, I think you had a couple break-ins tonight. Do you have another one?
Yeah, I think so. Here she is, guys.
We'll see you on Sunday, 8 o'clock. Have a good night. Make sure you rock out on Monday, too.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. See ya.